Welcome to Education Today. I'm Sierra Boyer of Armstrong High School in the Armstrong School District. Over the last several years, we have had visitors from our own school district, as well as guests from the county commissioners and county judges, to representatives from Haven and Healthy Armstrong. Here at Education Today, we strive to bring our viewers at home a wide range of topics and organizations. This commitment allows the community to become more well-informed of the opportunities that are out there for them, as well as allows the organizations that make up our community to spread the word about what they have to offer. Tonight we continue that trend as we welcome in another educational entity to talk about their organization. Welcome to Education Today. Would you please introduce yourselves and your roles in the Garden Club?
My name is Lori Enders and I am the president of the Garden Club.
Hi, I'm Christy Orlowski and I'm the advisor of the Garden Club.
What is the Garden Club?
So the Garden Club is a club within our school that we've established that's trying to promote growing plants and just kind of getting your hands dirty a little bit, working with the soil. We're trying to set up a recycled program with the plants, and we're working out back with some tires and that. So that's just a couple things we're doing. But
I'll just let you keep talking.
How did it get started?
Do you want me to take that one?
Yep.
Okay, so a couple of years ago I wrote a grant from the ASD Foundation for $5,000, and that was our seed money to get everything started. And then last summer I took a group of students to Slippery Rock University for a week to do a healthy camp, healthy planet camp. And then so from there, the 6 girls that went, they decided that they want to do some gardening around the school to help sustainability.
What different kinds of gardenings do you do?
well, right now we are planting a lot of daisies, and we will be planting some herb plants and that. But right now we're just trying to sort them out in the classroom. We've started them out mostly in egg cartons. So,
how many students roughly do you have in the garden club?
We started off with 50, and now I think we have, 20, I think, that actually do a lot of the work.
Do you have a limit to how many people can join the organization?
Nope. Anybody who wants to join, they're more than welcome to join, 7th through 8th or 7th through 12th grade.
How does someone go about joining?
They show up and say that they want to plant.
What's your favorite part of the garden club?
Working with the plants and getting to see them from the time we put the seeds into the soil to the time they sprout, and then as they grow into be actual larger plants is very cool. It's my favorite part.
And my favorite part is just the enthusiasm that all the students have towards gardening, because I honestly didn't think that a lot of people would want to do that, and I'm surprised at how many people actually do like to garden.
How are you looking to gain funding for over the years for your organization?
So something we're hoping to do is that as we plant our plants and grow them, we want to do a farmer's market throughout the summer. So we'll be planting vegetables hopefully, and as we grow them, we plan on selling them.
Have you reached out to any organizations in the community looking for donations?
We haven't done that, but I know a lot of organizations came to us, wanting to help out. So we had the Ford City Garden Club, we had the Katanning Garden Club, we had the Herb Club that came to us and had guest speakers. So right now we're growing herbs for the Ford City Herb Club, and then the proceeds that they get from selling the herbs, they're giving back to us in the form of a scholarship for a senior.
What are some of the projects the Garden Club has worked out in the past years?
So one of our biggest projects right now is what we're calling our Trash to Treasure Garden. And if you've ever noticed, out in the back of the school, there are 176 tires in the back of the school right now that we will be planting, filling with soil, and then planting some plants in, and we're hoping to just kind of brighten up the back of the school. And that's probably the biggest project we're working on.
How is the Garden Club looking to expand within the upcoming school year?
So one of the things that we're going to be doing is actually the greenhouse. We decided that we're going to take that over to West Shamokin, because the grant that I wrote was a district-wide grant, so it wasn't just for Armstrong High School. And it's too windy up here on the hill to have that particular greenhouse, so we're transporting that over to West Shamokin, and what they're going to do is their culinary arts department, their science department. They're all getting together and they're going to design different mechanisms to make sure that the air quality is the right and the temperature is the right for growing. The air quality, I think I said that. Anyway, so the culinary arts, they're going to do a lot of canning next year. So the kids want to grow like tomatoes and then can them and so on. So that's one of the things that they're doing.
What is a recycled garden?
So basically a recycled garden is when you take materials that have already been used in the past in like a different form and putting them to new use. Maybe pop bottles, like I said, we're using tires that no one's going to do anything with, so we decided to take them in and use them as like a small garden bed.
How does a recycled garden work?
Basically, you find anything you want to plant in and you plant in it.
And now we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in a minute to talk more about the upcoming projects planned by the Armstrong High School Garden Club. Stay tuned.
Success. We see it every day. Hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes, internationally known faculty who are committed to your success. Real-world experiences to guide you on your career and life path. An alumni network 120,000 strong. I'm IUP President Mike Driscoll. Visit us. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
All your professors, all of them, they know that all it takes is one dreamer with passion, one person, and they hope in each of you that you might be that one who makes a longer-lasting light bulb, who writes music for the ages, who reaches into the mind and discovers a new star and who can change the world of a fifth grader. We're gathered here to hope in you.
It's hard to explain. It just became home. There are hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes and faculty that really get to know you. Amazing internships and everywhere, programs that help to find a job that is right for you. It's what IUP is about, a commitment to your success. See it for yourself. Visit us, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Find your success.
The brain is a remarkable organ. It's almost infinite in its capacity. Its ability to reach its full potential is limited by only one thing: the heart. For if the heart isn't fully engaged in what you're doing, if you have no drive, no passion, the brain will simply go through the motions. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
And we're back with Education Today. Tonight we are talking about the Garden Club and their upcoming projects with advisor Mrs. Orlowski and President Lori Enders. Tell us more about the farmers market you said you're planning for next fall.
So with that farmers market, what we plan on doing basically is just planting some vegetables, and as they grow, maybe once a week or every other week, we pick them and we host a small stand where people can come in and buy peppers, tomatoes, and anything else we're growing.
Are you going to have students from the Garden Club volunteer for that?
Yes, over the summer we'll need people to take care of the plants, so we'll have maybe a person that will take over 1 week and then we'll switch off for another person the next week.
How would the farmers market work? Like, where would it be set up at?
We would most likely have it set up in the back parking lot where most of our plants and that will be planted. And, I'm not sure what exactly we will be doing for that, but right now our hope is that we'll be able to set up like a small stand and have our array of vegetables or whatever we have grown to set out and have people come by.
What types of food would be sold?
Things like peppers, tomatoes, herbs. We were planning on growing some lettuce and things like that.
Do you plan on partnering with any other clubs to achieve your goals?
I don't think so. I think we were just going with Garden Club.
How can students join if they would like to be involved in the project?
They can say, hey, I want to be in Garden Club, and we'll welcome them.
Yeah, just come up to the monthly meetings.
Where can the community get updates on the project?
So we will, for the farmers market, we'll have advertising probably like through one of the newspapers. And then we don't have a Facebook page, but the garden clubs around town have their Facebook page, so we'll get in touch with them and have them put it on their Facebook page.
Is there anything else you would like to talk about for the viewers at home?
I always want to thank the ASD Foundation for giving us the opportunity to start this seed project.
Anything else?
Nope, we're good.
Well, that's our show for today. I'd like to thank our guests, Ms. Orlowski, the advisor of the Armstrong High School Garden Club, and Lori Enders, the president of the organization. Our thanks also goes out to the TV production crew of Armstrong High School, led by their teacher, Mr. Joshua Miklos. Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. For more information about the district, visit our website and have a great week. Welcome to Talent Talk. I'm Sierra Boyer of Armstrong High School in the Armstrong School District. On today's episode, we will be talking about one of the biggest events of the school year. Prom is a formal dance that all juniors and seniors are invited to attend. This year, prom is being held at Lobby Hall on April 27th. We decided to go into the halls and see how our students reacted about prom.
Hello, my name is Anthony Wolf. I'm here at Armstrong Senior High School, and today we're going to be asking some students some questions about prom. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Cerise Blows, and I'm going to prom.
I'm Haley Woodside.
I'm Olivia Wright.
Ava Pasoris.
I'm Isaac Robb.
My name is Steven.
Jacob Herbst.
My name's Caroline.
I'm Chloe Wolf. Oh, sorry, I mean Toy. My name is Kylie Rubel. I'm Tess Crawford.
My name is Colton T. Miller. Okay, and Colton T. Miller, how do you feel about the whole prom experience?
Well, it's just a dance, and people take it way too seriously. I don't really know how I feel. I'm not going this year. I'd rather just wait till my senior year. It's kind of expensive.
It's overrated, but if you go with friends, you'll have fun.
It's very overrated.
I don't think prom is necessarily overrated. I mean, a lot of people don't like it, and yet some love it. But I think everyone has their own experience of prom, and that's just how it goes.
No, I think it's a once in a time thing. Only high school students get to do it, so I don't think it's overrated. I think it's pretty fun.
Okay, and the cost. Some people feel that it's a little too expensive. How do you feel about the cost, or what do you think it should be?
Well, I think the cost is a little pricey because we are high school students, and girls have to buy their dress, boys have to buy their tuxes, this and this and this, and most of us probably don't have jobs, and we have to get our parents to pay for everything, so I think it's a little pricey.
I think it should be a little bit less because I know it's $90. I'd probably say 70, because I went to Mars's prom last year and it was 120, but it was in downtown Pittsburgh, and they had nice stuff. So I think it's a little overpriced, but not too bad.
I do agree. I think the price was a little pricey, but I understand as to why. Prom is very expensive. You have to pay for the venue and all that stuff. But I do think it should be lowered a little bit, maybe around the 70 or 80 range instead of the 90.
Well, if you're like me, it's definitely too pricey because I have a job doesn't pay very much, but for some people they can pay it.
Now, do you feel that all the high school students need to experience prom at some point in their life?
Not at all. No.
I think they should experience it once in their life.
I mean, I think you definitely should experience it.
I feel like it's something that every high school does, and it's a tradition that everyone should do at least once in their high school career, and I'm really excited for my first time.
Okay, and one more question. Would you go to prom with me if I didn't have a date?
No.
I thought I was your date.
I would.
No.
You know, absolutely not, Anthony Wolf.
Of course, you're beautiful.
Yeah, I will.
Yes.
Sure.
Thank you, Anthony. Here with me is Hannah Trithart. Thanks for coming in to talk. Hannah is the Secretary of Junior Class Cabinet, the club in charge of organizing prom. What exactly is Junior Class Cabinet and what students and teachers are involved in it?
Well, Junior Class Cabinet is basically the student government for junior class. It's made up of around 30 students. Normally we are voted in, but this year we weren't. And our club advisors are Mrs. Arlowski and Mrs. Contrell.
Why did they change how you become a member?
They changed it this year. In the past, you used to, the entire junior class would vote on which class cabinet members would join. But Mrs. Orlowski and Mrs. Contrell agreed that because our big event for junior class cabinet is planning prom, they decided that they wanted as much help as they could, so they just let it, whoever wanted to sign up could join junior class cabinet.
That makes sense. What kind of fundraising did you do this year for prom?
The first fundraiser, our biggest fundraiser, I guess, was the craft show. It was in the fall, and we raised about $2,000 with it. And what that is, it was a Saturday morning. We had vendors, people came in, we got money from food, from the vendors, they had to pay to be there. And the other fundraisers we do is we sell chocolate bars the entire the school year. So, and we also sold pizza every Thursday after school. So any of those things you participated in, you were helping fundraise for your prom this year.
So tell us about prom. What's the theme and how is it decided?
The theme this year is a night on the Nile, which is an Egyptian sort of theme. We decided that we had a few ideas of what we wanted to do, and we came down with 5 main themes that we were going to vote on. So we had a class meeting, and we voted on which was our best, and a night on the Nile was the biggest one. That's the one we pretty unanimously agreed on.
What types of committees are there for planning the prom?
There are so many committees to be on for prom. My committee is tickets and advertising. So what I did is I made the ticket stubs, I printed the tickets, I put them in the booklet, and I made the posters that you see around school advertising what prom is, where it is, when it is. Other committees include the decorating committee, which is a huge committee. My friend Alexia Jack is the head of that. She's been going down every seminar, painting and cutting out pieces. But yeah, there's also table committee, dessert committee. There's just so many, I can't even think of them all.
Lots of committees, make sure everything runs smoothly. What was the hardest part about organizing prom?
I'd say the hardest part about organizing it is because there's around 30 of us in class cabinet, it's the decision making. So when we have class meetings, it's really hard for everyone to get the chance to voice their opinion. And there's been times where we've all been talking and screaming over each other, but yeah, that's probably the hardest part. But it worked out in the end always.
Right. Tell us a little bit about Grand March.
Grand March, okay, that is the day of prom. It's around 4 o'clock, and what it is everyone is invited who's attending prom, and it's the chance for you and your date to walk in front of everyone with your names announced, and everyone gets a chance to look at the dresses and stuff. And the way we do Grand March is the senior class officers, they get to walk first. So that's the president, the vice president, the secretary, and then the treasurer. And then we let the junior class officers walk next. And then the entire junior class cabinet walks. That's not been done usually, but last year the class cabinet decided that the junior class should be recognized for all the hard work they put into the prom. So yeah, that's the way it works, and then everyone else gets to walk after.
That makes sense. So it's like a little fashion show to show off everything.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I'll tell you a little bit more about class cabinet. So the way our class cabinet is made up of, Jalen Price is our class president, Michael Hoff is our vice president, I'm the secretary, and Sydney Spang is the treasurer. And the 4 of us, we've been involved in a lot of the things with prom. You know, we oversee a lot of the committees and we do a lot of that. But then Mrs. Contrell, she's been a great help with prom. She's the one who's done a whole lot for us. So yeah, she's great.
All right. That's our show for today. I'd like to thank the TV production students here at AHS for being our production crew today. They were led by their teacher, Dawn Swanson. Please join us next time for another look into Armstrong Junior Senior High School. For more information about this show, please contact Mr. Chris Garatano on the ASD website.